Okay, folks, so I'm just finishing up cooking up couple of things here. As you can see, I'm making some nether brick. We'll make some nether bricks. Just to prove I'm power positive, you can see the machines are working. They'll be doing a couple of things we'll talk about in a minute. And we're actually still gaining a little bit of power. We're going up and down with these boosters, right? It goes up and down. Depends on what we're doing. So, yeah, we have a kind of a nice power source. And you notice that my energy is cleaned out. That is because Liara, AP Cyborgs from the forums, decided to come through and charge her power suit off of my batteries, which, as she has much more advanced technology than I do, totally wiped me out. Don't worry about it though. We got some coal. We're burning some coal here. We're doing good, right? You know, it's not bad, not bad. All right, so we got that done. Got that almost done. You'll see what this is for in a sec. Okay, so the goal here is to make a magma crucible. For that, we're going to need some nether brick. She got a blink drive. I am so jealous. Oh, I gotta get to that stuff. We got a nice amount of nether bricks here. Should be good. So let's see. What's an induction smelter? That's not bad, but what we really want is the magma crucible. Yes. For this, I need some glass. We have glass. We're gonna need more. Do we really use all our glass? That is a bummer. No problem though. No problem. Here's what we can do. We can just let even more power be used. So let's just take this wonderful blue stone, turn it into hideous stone, and then we'll turn this all into glass. So that's gonna... Let me make sure that it's got the right settings. Yeah, I turned it off. Okay, we're just gonna turn that sand into, you know, glass by having cobble get crunched into glass. So we'll make some more glass in a sec. We have enough for the moment. What we want is this device, Magma Crucible. I think anyways. I always forget this. I always forget and I always make the wrong one. So let me just, because we're on camera, you know, we can show off. Thermal expansion. Thermal expansion and shift click. Now we got all the things here. So what's the machine? We're using Magma Crucible, Glacial Precipitator, Igneous Extruder. We definitely want the Magma Crucible. Okay. I think we have copper. We need a redstone reception coil, and that takes gold and redstone. Things we have. Things we definitely have. If the server would stop lagging. Redstone. Who knows who's generating chunks out there. Okay, so Magma Crucible. For this we need one of these. Just make one. And then we also need one of these. Oh, we're missing the glass. I'm actually totally wrong about how much glass. She's going to come over and show off the Lux capacitor. What am I missing? Iron? I guess it's for the best that she's coming and interrupting because I am a total spaz at the crafting table right now. I miss my fabricators from SciCraft. I really do. Okay, how about this? We'll make, let's just make 3, actually. We'll need all 3. Can never have too many of these things. Okay, Magma Crucible. I think we actually have everything. Do we have the copper on hand? We don't. I should just write down. I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm so sorry, society. Let's actually clean out our inventory a little bit over here. So toss those things in there. Why do I keep clicking that thing? Okay. What we like to do is talk to that. Right. Okay, so third time's a charm. Whoa. There we go. I can make one of these. And while we're at it, can we, what do we need to make the induction smelter? We need some Invar. Okay, we'll get to that in a sec. We also need, we'd like to have a liquid transposer. Where was that? Don't need there we go. We need glass for that and a bucket. Okay, so we have the buckets, we have the glass, we have the frames. What we're missing is redstone reception coils and copper. Let's, do we have the glass? Yes, right over here. Thank you, inventory tweaks. So what we need is more redstone reception coils. I feel like we have them. Oh, I probably just... It's kind of finicky, that NEI feature. Sometimes it just doesn't work, which is kind of frustrating. It's like it doesn't detect that you've hit shift. So let's see, what do we got here? There we go. There's a liquid transposer. That'll let us make some stuff, and then we definitely are going to need a induction smelter as well. For that, we'll need more copper, and we need Invar. Greg Tech is installed, so Invar is a little different from usual. You saw I made up a bunch of iron dust. So let's go like this. Should be able to do this. And this. Yes. Invar dust, ladies and gentlemen. Interesting. Got some gravel out of that. We'll actually need gravel soon. So one of the next projects I'm going to be working on is putting together an ore tripling pipeline. I'm excited about it. The ore tripling pipeline that we're going to be using is Mechanism's ore tripling pipeline, and it's very different in that it uses some stuff that you don't normally use for ore tripling. In particular, it's flint hungry. I have never heard of that before, but I have a nice design for a flint farm that should work okay, and it will not be infinite, but it will be functional. So it looks like we cooked up our Invar pretty fast. So now we have our Invar. And with that, we should be able to... Whew, I don't know what Liara is doing. All right, so last thing we need is the induction smelter. And we're just missing the Invar. All right, no, we got it. Ta-da! Oh, she's the only one. Okay, server's all mine. All right, so let's, where are we going to put these? You know, I'm actually not a fan. In fact, it drives me crazy when I see Direwolf over and over and over again make, like, exactly wall-aligned stuff. Oh, it bugs me so much. Because it's this weird, like, 1950s retro design where everything goes up against the wall and, like, there's these huge open spaces that just make your house look terrible. I don't like it at all. So we're going to not do it that way. We're going to do it as if it's an actual workshop, right? And don't worry too much about how this looks, because pretty soon we'll be cleaning this up nicely. There's a couple ways we can do it. And let's just toss that right there for now. Okay, so we got this liquid transposer, magma crucible, and induction smelter. The induction smelter can kind of be off on its own. And then we'd like for the the magma crucible to be right next to the liquid transposer. Okay, and we'll clean this up in a sec. Okay. All right, so these guys are drawing power, as you can see. Nice, nice. How are we doing back here? We still haven't filled up that one from the Liara raid. Let's you have any fuel left in these guys? Nope, they're dead. That's okay. All right, so let's go grab some of that glowstone, and let's finally get to play with this. I'm so excited about it. I'm like all a quiver with glowstone, liquid glowstone love. But let's not make too much. I wonder how much we need for a bucket. Okay, so the liquid transport, we're going to have this guy output. He's already outputting. Perfect. So let's have him melt up a bucket. What is... Ooh, look at that. Okay, and then that output's over here. So how much do we have? Each one of those things is a quarter of a bucket. No problem. So let's go ahead and do 1, 2, 3. And then we'll toss a bucket in here. And hope. Come on, cook. Ooh, look at that. That's fancy. It's got this new machine texture and everything. Do we have a bucket of glowstone yet? Oh, did it output it over here? Ah, it's upside down because it floats. Okay, I don't want to spoil it for you. Let's just turn off all outputting on this guy. Right, he just inputs. Look at this. All right, so the reason I wanted to make this actually was I need a little bit of a secret space to do some work. I have I want to, we're on a multiplayer server and I trust everyone, but sometimes the temptation to just grab something from someone else is kind of high. I don't hate them for doing that, but I also am not too happy about it. So I actually earlier kind of prepared this space, right? And I'm excited to try it. But one of the ways I thought would be fun to light this, right? Well, actually, we can make this even like step down for now. Let's just hollow this out just a little bit. Don't worry about the light, because my thought is this. What if we were to... Ooh, iron. Always could use more of that. What if we were to just, Oh, even better. So there is liquid glowstone, and look at it flow. Look at it flow. What a weird thing. So supposedly as it climbs skyward, it hardens. Oh, and we can even take it out. Now, did the things disappear? They do. Isn't that weird? Look, it's upside down. What happens if I were to put it right here? Oh, 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 oh. Amazing. Oh, and now it's gone. Okay, well, we're going to leave that there for now. That's perfect. Anyways, I'd like a secret little room here. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Things that I need. Whoa, okay, this is a problem. This is not the intended outcome of having this extra jump thing. It's like now I can't fit through that somehow. Interesting. Well, let's just go like that. There we go. Can't get that wrong. We'll make some steps to deal with that. But anyway, so I thought that it'd be cool to make a little secret room in here. Let's just kind of patch it up with some cobble for now. And have my storage in here, right? It's not too secret, but anyone who goes in there will see that I'm serious about, like, not sharing that. And I've got my fancy glowstone lighting. So they should know, right, that it's not kosher to take my stuff. If not, then I have made some serious errors in judgment. So what we're going to do here is we're going to, I was thinking, maybe build a little piston thing. I have 2 sticky pistons over here. And I was thinking what we could do. Let's see. We're definitely going to need to clean out our inventory. Get to the hopper. We're definitely going to need to clean out our inventory some. Actually, let's keep this. And let's ditch this. Even going to need that. I'm going to manage my inventory. I'll be right back. Okay, so one thing I realized is why am I putting my cool lighting in my secret room? I could put it right here. Check this out. Yeah, spread. Evenly illuminate my workshop. Perfect. Doesn't get every corner, but we can make better. And now it's much brighter in here. No chance of monsters at all in here. It's super bright. It's like as bright as it gets. Maybe what I should aim for is having a perfect solid field of glowstone right there. And it looks pretty cool, I think. I am fine on my flight because I have the flight spell, but I appreciate the gesture on Liar's part. All right, so what I'd like to do is make, I might have this area earlier because I was doing something else, but what I'd like to do is actually a twist on a classic. And when I say that, what I mean is that one of the first things I think everyone who's starting to play with redstone in vanilla Minecraft does is they make a piston door. Let me show you what I mean. So I take my 2 sticky pistons, I throw away what I'm holding, right? Why even bother picking it up? This is the wrong way. So used to the natural facing. Okay, so we go bump, bump. Actually, no. Sorry. So they face me. I go like this, right? And then I put down some of these bricks, right? And so we have this door, and were I to power it with redstone, or rather to send, I think in the more popular parlance is give it a redstone signal. Now we have what looks like a secret door. But if we were to remove the redstone signal, well then we have the door open, right? So this is a classic Minecraft thing, right? This is like what's one of the things sticky pistons were designed for, and you can do more elaborate doors, obviously. However, I thought that what would be cool though is normally these doors are a kind of a pain because they are elaborate. I I hear secrets from Machine Muses, because I do talk to her from time to time, and I've heard her utter things that I don't think she meant to say. Anyways, so what we'd like to do is normally what we do is we make what's called a T flip-flop. And what a T flip-flop is, or an RS latch, is basically something that when you press a button, right, it sends a signal and it holds that signal. Because what we really want is to either have this signal always on to close the door, or always off to leave it open. We don't really want to have both, right? We can actually just ditch this. So what we'd like to do is have a T flip-flop. Now, how can we do that? Let me show you. The simplest way is for us to use a big redstone thing, but that's no fun. So what I've been doing is holding onto a couple things. I have these plastic sheets from Minefactory Reloaded, and I have these raw rubber bars. Let's get these in. That job can wait. That job can also wait forever. We good? We good? Really? Okay. Raw rubber. So in Minefactory Reloaded, the first thing you do is you cook up raw rubber, which you can get from rubber trees. Is it light out? It is. Let's go over here and let me show you what I mean by this. I have a couple rubber trees out here just for the explicit purpose of showing you my audience. Let's see, there's one over here. So when you cut down these trees, you get saplings, and you get the wood, which is not as good as regular wood. It does not plank as well. It does not do much of anything as well. But we do get these raw rubber bars, or raw rubber. The first thing we do is cook it up into rubber bars, which you will see. We out of power, perhaps? Seems like we're low on power. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're quite low. Just because so much stuff is drawing from it to fill its batteries, we've been hitting it pretty hard. Right. This power solution is better than what I'm used to, but it's not much better, right? And you see there's so many things. What is drawing power over here constantly? See, these guys should be almost full, right? Let's just break this for now. There we go. Aha! Engineering at its finest, right? So that comes out, and it has, we're getting rubber bars. Let's just sort this, and where are those rubber bars hiding? Because they're kind of hard to see. There we are, rubber bar. Can toss these in. All right, so in the interim, I've already prepared some of these plastic sheets to show you what we're going to be up to. What we're going to do first is we're going to build a wee bit of RedNet cable. RedNet is this amazing new thing that Power Crystals put together to replace a lot of people relied on Red Power for all of their needs regarding redstone because it was so amazingly good. But it turns out that a bit of a problem. There's no Red Power for 151, and we don't really know when there will be one. We don't want to wait. We still want to build our cool stuff. So Power Crystals kind of stepped in to fill the gap, and it's done a great job. So this RedNet stuff, it behaves a little bit funny right now because it isn't quite configured. I don't have the update, but because right now this RedNet connects to any block, regardless of like any non-vanilla block, it just connects to automatically. But what we'd like to do here is set it up such that we have a T-latch in a very small space so that it isn't obvious we have this gigantic redstone construct. To do that, what we're going to need is a RedNet controller. So let's get rid of this query. And we're going to need a RedNet, programmable RedNet controller, right? And then we're going to use that, this is the housing, to make a programmable RedNet controller. So we're going to need a few more of these plastic sheets. And to do that, we're going to need some more of these rubber bars. Looks like we're doing pretty good there. So once you have the rubber bars, right, these are not too useful on their own. But then you cook them up again, right? But these rubber bars actually are usable as IC2 rubber, which is kind of a cool feature of them. As you can see, there's a couple things they can do on their own. For example, they're part of conveyors. They're part of a couple various things. But XP extractor. Sounds exciting, doesn't it? But what we really want is to further refine it into raw plastic, right? And this takes a little while, but we end up with this raw plastic stuff. Raw plastic can be turned into plastic sheets by putting it in a 2x2 grid. So here we have enough to go through with this next piece. So programmable RedNet controller. Do we have the glass? We do. Do we have the technology? We do. We only need one for now. They're pretty expensive overall, so let's go grab our diamond, right? And let's make sure we have everything else we need. We need lapis, we need gold, we need diamond, we need redstone. We have lapis, we have a gold, we have diamond. So let's grab one diamond. Sorry. Right, and I need to upgrade that chest soon, aren't I? Right, so now that we have we can build one of these programmable RedNet controllers. Now, everybody, I'm going to need you to stay calm, okay? Stay calm, because this thing is kind of a beast. It's kind of a beast, I'm not going to lie to you. But in the end, we'll be happy for having it. Okay, so we're going to put it right here. And we'll put the usable direction. I'll show you what that means in just a sec. So this is the heart and soul of RedNet next to the cable, which propagates the signals, is a programmable RedNet controller. Oh, well, look at this amazing thing. Look at this. And this isn't even all of them. This isn't even all of them. But these are all the different functions and inputs that we can use with RedNet. Now, this innocuous RedNet cable is actually a 16-channel redstone level aware system that we can use to make extremely complicated systems, redstone systems. We can actually have this guy loop back himself, and you can even make upgrade cards. You can even make upgrade cards for it. So like, let's see, upgrade card? I think it's just card. Look at these. We can actually make PRC logic expansion cards. We can make logic expansion cards and slot them in there. They show up even. That's not what we're going to do right now, though. Let's try and contain our enthusiasm, Dave. Dave, I need you to focus. So what we'd like to do, let's quickly grab, I don't know, a wooden button for now. We don't care at this point, right? Wooden button right here. So what we'd like to do is have this fancy RedNet system. Let's go pop. And you can see that when it understands a little bit more, it understands. So you can see here these fancy looking paddles. And each one of these endpoints has a color band. And we can actually rotate that color band if we wanted to. We don't right now. I think if I grab, I need a precision sledgehammer. I don't have an Omni wrench yet. Let's see. But with this mod's thing is the precision sledgehammer, which is just some sticks. And we could even make that right now. I'm not sure if we want to, but you know, why wouldn't we want more wrenches? Okay, so we go like this, and then we go like this. Da-da-da-da, precision sledgehammer. Let's give it a donk. So now you can see we actually have all the different colors. So let's say our outputs are yellow and our inputs are white. Okay, so each one of these cables carries 16 subnets. 16 of all the different colors, and it will let us actually connect two things. So let's go like this. Let's go like this, right? So now we've got a classic setup here. We just need a little bit of redstone to finish it off. This particular RedNet Minefactory reload has a little temperamental about what happens. So forgive me for having a slightly more involved setup. Let's just break this. And let's get these. Let's make it so we can walk back here at all times, right? Okay. And white will be our inputs, remember, and black and yellow is our outputs. So let's make sure no monsters spawn in here. Okay. So let's see. And that's happening because this white gets output up there. So let's fix that. We just have it any color that's not, you know, white. And now it goes away. See? So now we go like this. Nothing happens. Nothing happens at all. Except that, well, of course, back there, the RedNet flashes, right? And it's a little weird looking, but that's okay. It looks cool. I'm happy with it. We're good. So now, how about we set it up like this? All we want to do is have, let's see, what's one we could use? Equals, right? So this is a simple function. Let's just set it to two equal things. So this looks complicated. It's not so bad. So what we'd like to say is equals. If input from the upside, the top side, U, from the white line is equal, then we'd like to output to the top side, and we want to go to yellow. Aha! If they're equal, right? So there's an example of one we could do. How about if we just say inverter, right? So let's right now, if we hit the button, it'll invert the signal. How cool is this, right? Tiny, tiny, tiny space taken up right now, but it can do a lot. So now we've got these really simple things, right? But what if we were to use something more complicated? Like, for example, what if we were to use a latch, like a T flip-flop? Like a T flip-flop. Let's see. Can we use anything else? Oh, let's reinitialize it. I think maybe... Okay, there we go. T flip-flop. A little bit of lag there. T flip-flop. So the input and the clock. T flip-flops, you should look them up online. They're fun. They're digital logic. But they have they're called toggle flip-flops. They either turn on or turn off when an input signal is applied to T. But they only listen to T when the clock signal changes to high. So if T and clock go up at the same time, the toggle toggles. If T and clock go up at the same time, the toggle will toggle off, right? So easy. And it outputs Q and Q naught. So check this out. With just that work, I think we're getting a little bit of lag here. Let's make sure that we got everything we need here. The clock needs to be up as well. There we go. Let me make sure the output's right. Notice I have to talk to it from up here. Aha! And then, how simple is that, right? Now, we can do, this is a very, very simple application of this technology, but we can do so much stuff with it. We can go crazy with it. And just as an aside over here in a test world, let me show you exactly what we just replaced. This is going to blow your mind. So what we're going to build is a T flip-flop using only vanilla components, right? Pretty straightforward. And don't worry, I'm in a test world. I'm not cheating. So to make a T flip-flop with just 151 vanilla components, you lay out 3 sticky pistons this way, and then you lay out 1, 2, 3 blocks of redstone, which are every redstone hacker's new best friend. You lay down a control block here, and a button here. Now, you should immediately notice a pattern here. Right. So our output from this T flip-flop, the Q on the Minefactory Reloaded signal, is this block right here. And this block right here is Q naught. Really, they go either way, but we'll call it that. Click of the button, turns it off. Click of the button, turns it back on. So you could run other redstone stuff in here, but you have to be careful to force that signal into that block right there. That's what triggers the thing. So for example, we could lay down a little bit of redstone here, lay down a little bit of small blackstone, cool stuff for Minefactory Reloaded, and put one of these cool thermal expansion glowstone illuminators here, right? And now we have a light that we can toggle on and off. Right? And this device is cool. It definitely has kind of a wow factor, but it's kind of obscure in how it works. And also, I wouldn't say that it's server friendly, and it's loud, it's noisy, and it's super limited, right? Like you only have these 2 little spots. You have to be very careful not to have crosstalk. The Minefactory Reloaded version is better on pretty much every way. Although I did want to show it to you just so that you could see exactly what we're replacing. For those who haven't seen vanilla redstone logic before, it often gets really involved. All right, so I'm gonna so now I obviously don't want a wooden button here, but I also can just close this up. So let's just go like here, here. Let's open it, right? And then so here's the thing. We don't want to be locked in either, right? So all we have to do to fix that problem, we may need a little bit more cable, I think. Right. But we'd like to just run a button line down here too, right? So no problem. How do we do that? Well, all we have to do, we'll have to make sure we're not talking to these. We'll need a little bit more of this cable. Actually, we don't even need that. This should be enough right here. We just want to make sure that we aren't outputting on these, because we just want to make those oranges. No, once I upgrade the pack, I can tell it to ignore underground biome stuff, so we don't have to do so much tedious work. This is just making sure that we don't accidentally talk to something that we don't want to talk to. So let's put a thing there, and if we kind of jump, we can see that's there. And let's grab a another wooden button. Let's see, are we connecting to it? We may not be. Kind of tricky to see with all this junk in the way. Looks like we ought to be, but this is we're still in kind of an earlier beta, so of the Minefactory with the RedNet. So in a lot of cases, it doesn't quite do what you think it should do. Let's go like this. Let's put it right here. Let's put the button right here. Right, that's pretty. And then we can run this right here and put the RedNet cable right there. And then again, we don't want to accidentally output there or there. We just want to output there. And it looks to me, it's not going to be what we really want either, huh? Maybe we could do is this. See, the thing is, right now, it won't connect this way. For some reason, it just doesn't like it. And I'm sure that's fixed in the next version. But that should be better. Right? There we go. Let's see. Are we talking the right language here? Oh, you know what? It's outputting on the white signal, which is looping to the white signal. So we obviously don't want to output here. We want to break that. And it's outputting on the white signal there. Let's see if that fixed it. One sec. I just need to cook up some more cable and I can fix this. I'm just trying to do it without cooking up more cable. Be right back. Okay, so all I really did was just change the color of the input to green. Having the output of white everywhere just kind of messes things up. But like I said, once the config is done, then I won't have to do it. But yeah, I can just go. And as you can see, it closes the door. And then it opens the door. And the same thing is done for over here. All right, so all we have to do is just close up this wall. And you can barely even tell, except for that there's a button right there. Let's just close up this wall. Nice and clean. We'll probably go back in there and revisit it once we don't have to be quite so elaborate. But now I can dig out this room in peace. I won't get locked in, right? And we have a nice compact piece of redstone logic, right? Perfect. And we'll have to get some better stairs than that. Not sure what to do because they don't come in the blue variety, and I love this blue. Maybe some slabs. Anyways, so finally, there's the matter of this button, right? This button, not really going to cut it for what we need. However, turns out that there are people who have thought about this problem and said, boy, I wish we had transparent buttons. They're not invisible, but they're pretty close. So let's see. Glass button. Barely visible. Kind of looking through the room. Where's the button? Where's the button? Right here, of course. Right? And we don't need to use the other button. I think with that, I'm going to call it an episode. I'm pretty happy with how the workshop is coming along. In between episodes, I'm going to be doing a bunch of work on the mod pack, and I'll probably cook up some more glowstone to even out the lighting. By the way, one funny thing that happened off camera was I sort of let this up into my house, and it sort of caused all sorts of problems and made the house very bright and very dark, right? So not the most ideal thing. I think that we'll be having some other fun with other stuff soon, including messing with liquid redstone, which I'm very excited to play with. And I'm very excited to use it as a state cell in very, 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 very long distances. It can do some really cool stuff involving memory and long distance stuff that I'm not sure everybody really understands. Anyways, so this has been Karen Dave, Resonant Rise. Is this who even knows what episode this is? I'm going to sign off now, but thank you for watching me play.